So I want to distinguish something though. One rate is not flat rate. Flat rate is not one rate. The key to one rate is it's not the same price for the same type of machine for any customer. That would be a disaster, and we know that. What one rate does is design a rate for that customer for that machine. And the key to success in one rate is really a couple things. One is, you must have, if not perfect, really good information about the customer, what they've been printing, what their volumes are, what their color versus mono is. That information is key. To put one rate into a customer where you do not have that information is a high risk scenario. So that's number one, is you should have or could have as good information as you can get. That's why it works really well for upgrades of an existing customer. Number two, you absolutely have to have a contract with escalations built in. You can write all that up front and then monitor it. And you do it, sorry, you know what? The only reason my phone rings, there are two people in the world that can break through. They look a lot like me. So one of them is in college, so she's probably calling me to get on Amazon. I'm not sure. Sorry, I apologize. And I lost my train of thought. Second area is, oh, I know what it is. So having a broad base of product is key. To do one rate contract, within that contract you could have a machine that all of a sudden explodes. People are printing, you know, there's all kinds of horror stories. You know, well, as soon as you put one rate in, they're going to start printing all their photos online. No, they're not. But having a broader base, so you have to decide if that's a commitment you want to make to bring to particularly existing customers. To just sort of throw it out there and see what sticks, you're going to find that in any given contract, you may end up with customers that are printing more than you thought. Is it balanced by those that print less? Hard to say. But the reality is, we all know this, we've all read the IDC reports, print is going down. It's going down. So what a one-rate contract can do for you as an offering is protect you to some degree against that decline in print. But again, I know that on a one-on-one level, that may not be the situation at your customer, at your school district, at your government office, so you have to have good information. We've actually had a tremendous amount of success on the direct side. I call them my petri dish. I let them practice all the stuff before we take it. But we have seen an increase in margins. In some cases, up to 5 additional points of margin in a hardware sale. That's pretty compelling. In a business that we're all feeling a pretty big margin crunch. It also takes away the ability for someone to price check you, right? So you go in with a one-rate model and somebody else is coming in with a CPC model, it's a lot harder to put those side by side. So there's real positives to it, but I caution, it's not something to jump into lightly without really, really good information. BEI, now Nexera, also carries really good information, and their tool set has not been fully tested, I think, in terms of a lot of dealers using it, but I know the dealers that have used it have found it to be very valuable. So, but again, don't go into it blind, don't go into it haphazardly. Really think about, is that a strategy you want to bring forward for your entire customer base?